I think probably the number one thing that people don't pay attention to that I think is absolutely pivotal is hydration and nutrition. I think being hydrated before a double session in high school sports or college is extremely important, and everybody wants a number. Everybody wants to know what is that number. But I think that hydration and nutrition actually starts 3 to 4 hours prior to a practice or especially a competition and leads right up to 20 minutes beforehand. Nutrition-wise, I think that most people always know that carbohydrates are important, but high carbs also important to have protein. Again, starts 3-4 hours beforehand, and when a kid has a 7 a.m. practice, there's no way for that to occur. I think that, again, parents getting their kids up 6 a.m., it's important to get good calories in them. So some examples would be English muffin with peanut butter, a toast with jelly, a protein bar. Chocolate milk is great in the morning for kids. Start that fluid in the morning. And that leads to good performance during a practice or a competition, but then also the first hour after any practice or competition is extremely important. So if a practice in high school sports goes 7 to 9 a.m., from between 9 and 10 a.m., if a kid is not replenishing good calories, clean calories, so good carbohydrates, good protein, good fluids, sports drinks, and water are really the key, those two things. If they're not within that first 60-minute window, they've essentially lost all the benefit of that entire training session or practice. And what the calories and fluid replacement does is it helps decrease muscle damage. So if muscle damage is occurring, then a kid gets more sore, and they're coming and seeing medical staff or parents, and they're saying, my quads are sore, my hamstrings are sore, I'm sore everywhere. And a lot of it has to do with nutrition and hydration. The second piece I would say with high school sports and college is sleep. The recommendation right now is 9.5 hours for a kid that is between 14 and 18 years old. So if you look at 8 to 10 hours, that gives you about 14 hours of good energy. The biggest way that we see kids deplete their energy and get injured is TV, video gaming, and texting. That depletes a good night of sleep quicker than a practice will. So it's really important during preseason to get that 8 to 10 hours of sleep and minimize those things that deplete energy. I guess the third thing that I wanted to mention was environmental risk factors. So I think in a place like New England, we get weather in August that some kids may not be used to because they're not training up properly, or even college kids aren't training up properly. So that means a good 4 to 6 weeks of getting fit, getting strong, doing the things they need to do to be prepared for their sport. They might not be doing that, which means they're not outside in these environmental risk factors. So heat, humidity, and clothing. A lot of kids don't wear, wicking clothing, dry fit clothing. A lot of this stuff has become affordable. It's not, outrageously expensive anymore, and it's the right thing to be wearing so they're not losing all of the energy and metabolic factors that are going on in their body. It's really, really important to train in the environment that they're training in and use the correct clothing. So those are the three things that I think that I've kind of focused on when I talk to high school parents, especially, that I really hone in on with training safely and getting ready for the season, and even as you get into season, thinking about those things importantly. Sleep and nutrition, hydration during season, preseason is absolutely pivotal.